Hey guys, so we're just getting ready to leave Grants. Mr. Fabulous has arranged some transport to take us to Albuquerque. Then we're going to grab a train up to Santa Fe, where another one of Mr. Fabulous's friends is going to put us up for a night or two at her house. So, a bit of a change from our usual mode of transport. It's a shame we're not going to be walking the miles, but should be interesting. Hey guys, so we're now in Albuquerque. We'll be getting on the train to Santa Fe shortly. We just had a fantastic hour-and-a-half ride down here from Grants, from a great fella whose name was Corey, and he was part of the Pueblo Native American Nation, and he spent the whole hour and a half talking about, his culture and the work that he's done on trail and all the work that they're trying to do to introduce young people to nature. It's all quite interesting. So yeah, that hour and a half actually went pretty quickly.
510 northbound to Santa Fe, making all stops along the way. And this is your 10-minute departure call. This is your station stop. Gather your belongings, make your way to the exit. Please watch your step as you exit the train. Thanks for riding with us on the New Mexico Rail Runner Express. See ya.
Hey again, guys. So we ended up staying in Santa Fe with Mr. Fabulous's friend Teresa for about 5 days in the end. We imposed ourselves on her for far longer than we intended to or should have. But we were encouraged to stay put simply because it wasn't just the wildfire closures that were causing an issue. North of that, there was a big problem with snowstorms, which is still ongoing. So we weren't really too sure exactly how far up the trail it would have been wise for us to go. And since Teresa is actually the executive director of the Continental Divide Trail Coalition, we really couldn't be in a better place to find up-to-date information about our trail options given the weather concerns. So we hunkered down for a bit longer, enjoyed some of Santa Fe, and now it has actually been possible for us to do a bit more walking in New Mexico, so we're not missing quite as many miles as we had thought. We're going to do road walking from here until the border. So we started at Cuba and we're currently making our way to Charmer. We weren't able to do the walk between Grants and Cuba, so we are still missing out on a few miles, but not as many as we thought we were going to. And it's still quite a nice area, still quite scenic. So it's not as bad as it would have been. Okay, so also now that we've left Santa Fe, unfortunately we've also had to say goodbye to our friend Dr. Fausto. He's decided to get off trail for a while. I think he fancies doing a spot of fishing. But he did say that hopefully he'll have a chance to meet up with us somewhere further along trail. So with luck, we'll see him again further down the line. But if not, then Dr. Fausto, it was a pleasure hiking with you. I wish you the best. So although it doesn't look like it, we're still roasting in the sun at the moment. We're actually not far at all from having to deal with snow and cold. So I shall enjoy suffering in this sweltering heat for as long as possible before we get to do some suffering in the cold. So we're really not looking to push miles too much on this road walk to Charmer, simply because everything we've heard about what's happening north of Charmer indicates that there's no real rush to get there anytime soon. We will either get stuck there waiting for snow to clear, or we will push on at a much slower rate and possibly in much riskier conditions. So for all the time that we have lost at Santa Fe, in the grand scheme of things, it's not really going to affect how quickly we move north. Okay, so because we're doing the road walks and we're not following the actual trail, getting the water that we require is more of an issue than it ordinarily would be. Usually on the trail you have water caches or marked water sources. On the road that isn't always possible, so we're having to rely on the kindness of strangers, and in this case we were coming up to a junction where there was a ranch which was offering a place to camp and some water which would need to be filtered for $20 a person, and it was about a mile out of our way as well, so we didn't really want to take advantage of that. However, nature flagged down a car with the hope of finding out a better option, and it turns out that the owner of that car is the owner of a red house that we can see in the distance over there, and he's invited us to go there to not only get our water, but we can also camp there tonight if we choose. And it turned out that he had just recently put a post on Facebook saying that hikers are welcome to stop by and take advantage. So it's incredible good fortune, and like they say, the trail provides, even when you're not technically on it. This location where we were staying last night, it's got so many hummingbirds. And do you think I was able to get a single shot of one? Of course not. So we've got a 25-mile water carry from here to our next reliable water source. A water source of any kind as far as we can tell, so it's time to camel up. The place where I'm sitting, I can see at least 3 different types of scath. Isn't that wonderful? Guys, it's been a while since I've recorded myself talking in selfie mode while hiking. That's because I've been trying to avoid the obvious audio sync issues which cropped up in the first few videos on this channel. I'm hoping that we've got that licked by now. Last 500 miles or so, I've consciously been avoiding doing filming like this so that the sync issue wouldn't be as noticeable. But as I found whilst I've been trying to edit those videos together, it has made for slightly duller viewing, and that's because I know you love seeing my face. I know you love it. That's the only reason you're subscribing, I'm convinced of it. So I've decided now, what the hell, I'm going to assume that we've got that problem sorted, and if we haven't, and I am out of sync, just have to live with it for now. Oh, and I forgot to mention, about 25 miles beyond the lake is our next town destination of Charmer. And Mr. Fabulous got a message from another hiker who's currently there, saying that, bearing in mind at the moment we're roasting in the desert, it has been sweltering hot today, but 25 miles ahead of where we are now, they are forecast for heavy snow in 2 days' time, and that forecast extends along the route we'll be taking north of Charmer. So once we hit the lake, I think we'll have an easy day there tomorrow. There is absolutely no point in rushing to Charmer beyond that. Let's enjoy the warm weather while we have it. Okay, so it turns out that the spots we had in mind that evening turned out to be not all that great for camping. And we pushed on, and just as we came across the Vado Dam, we were lucky enough to encounter a man and his daughter out for a ride on a quad bike. And so we asked them if they knew of anywhere where we might be able to stop for the evening and get some rest. And as luck would have it, they did know somewhere. Okay guys, so this is Chris, Leah and Brendan. They saw us struggling out, walking past, and they've kindly offered us this wonderful place to stay for the night.
It's a once in a lifetime.
Yeah. And they're providing us with water, beer,
And a very friendly dog.
and a very friendly dog.
Yeah,
And we can't thank you enough. We really can't.
No problem.
Thank you guys so much.
no problem.
You
Thank you.
Glad we could help.
Thank you guys.
No problem.
This is trail magic at its finest.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so not only did our hosts offer this fine cabin for us to stay in, but a little while later they came back with some water for us, a little portable shower, and a nice chiller that was filled with water, beer, cream soda, and a little snack as well. This is basically made of chili and almonds, a little oil. It tastes really delicious, actually. But then they said, hey, why not come back to our other cabin where we're staying tonight? We're just about to sit down for dinner. You can have a proper shower, have a few beers with us, and we spent a good few hours over there. And they must have spent quite a bit of money on us, all told. And this is a spot of trail magic at its finest.
Holy
So
cow.
I killed that one when I was 11 years old.
This
one?
Yeah, that was my first bull elk. I killed.
Where'd you shoot it?
Up at Humphreys on
No,
that.
but where in the body did
All
you
right,
shoot it?
shoulder.
Shoulder?
Yeah.
Do you have to chase after it?
No, he fell right there.
Yeah?
Is that your grandpa's bow?
No, that's just a decoration bow. They have.
Now I feel I should add, just to emphasize this, that we were 4 dirty, smelly hikers that they'd never met before. No reason to trust us, but they took us in when they didn't have to. We interrupted their plans for Memorial Day weekend, but they seemed quite happy to have us here. Incredible hospitality. Before we knew it, we'd actually been invited to spend the whole Memorial Day weekend with them. And, well, even though we needed to get a few miles done, we still had a few months ahead in which to make up that time, so how could we resist an offer like that? setup of a game called Cornhole, which I never encountered before a month ago, and I was convinced people were pulling my leg when they told me its name. But we actually found some televised cornhole not long after that, so it's a real thing. Basically, two people attempt at a distance to throw beanbags through these holes, and they work up to a certain amount of points. And incidentally, I am terrible at cornhole. All too soon, though, the weekend came to an end, as they have a tendency to do, and it was time to say goodbye to our new friends and return to the dusty road.